Hello and welcome! Today, to celebrate Jemjammer reaching 150 episodes, we are doing a special question and answer session. Let's go around and introduce ourselves first. I'm Anna, my pronouns are she, her, and if somehow this is your first time here, I am the Dungeon Master for Jemjammer and your MC for today.
Hey, I'm Rio. I play Arturos Prosperos. I can't say the full name because I never chose all the middle names.
Yeah, you did. You said they had like 11. Oh God, I wouldn't remember writing.
They have 11,
too many.
and I don't remember writing them down.
Hi, I'm Mac. I play Win/Cacophony. My pronouns are she, her, /they, them, and this is Hubert.
Hi, Hubert.
He has decided that it's hold like baby time, and he refuses to be put down.
Beautiful.
Hey, I'm Annie Creighton. I am Jilliana/Jill/ Her Royal Highness Jilliana Volcaran, I guess. I'm she, her, whatever.
Let's jump right in. Questions from patrons will be read out first and answered first. And after that, we'll go through the non-patron questions. First, we have a question from Raptorix.
Hi, Rappy. Good to see you.
They ask, I understand scheduling is the ultimate challenge when organizing TTRPG and recording sessions, but is there any plan to have guest players, like past guests, former cast members, or new guests, appear on Jemjammer in the future?
I can take this one.
Sure.
So, the original conceit of Jemjammer, when we were first kind of envisioning of it, involved stuff that was a lot more episodic in terms of how the stories would go. And then, you know, as it goes with tabletop games, where they kind of keep creeping and getting bigger and bigger and a little more unwieldy every time, that kind of happened over time with the show, too. So the answer is probably not in the main feed, but we are talking about some ways to reintroduce, like when we did, we had to do a bunch of like one-shots, and like side games and stuff for a couple years ago. We're talking about maybe finding a way to reintroduce that in a way that isn't reliant upon finding the right place in the narrative to take a break and introduce like a guest player or a guest DM.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. At this point, the story is... There'll be room for it. There might be room for it after the story. I definitely don't want to promise anything, but we're also looking at other ways to make things happen. Could be part of the main narrative. We'll see. All right. Annie, any more to add?
Nope.
Rightio. Next question. The next question is from Emily. Thanks for asking, Emily. And also, thank you for asking us, Raptorix. She asks everyone, in the Targmargs episode, you joked about a body swap episode. If you did have a body swap episode, which character do you think it would be most fun for your character to swap bodies with?
For Win, it would definitely be Artie. Both because he's so much shorter and also so much beefier than her.
Oh my god.
And I imagine if she was in his body, she'd have like less access to magic. So I just imagine being like a fish man would be weird.
He's so interesting.
You know, I imagine that too. Artie would probably love to be in Jill's body. He could then learn how to be a bird and what bird means. He understands feathers mean bird.
Jill's wings are spectral, though. They don't have feathers.
Oh, because
Yeah.
of the angel wings. Okay.
They are spectral, but they look like feathers.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I mean, if we're keeping it to the party, like, I think Jill would be drawn to, like, Cacophony in particular's, like, gregariousness. There's a certain amount of flashiness in how she carries herself that is very much the opposite of Jill's self-consciousness that I think would be a lot of fun.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Oh, we've got a perfect circle here.
Yeah, wow, that's perfect
know, right?
for a one shot. Oh no. See, I mean, I'm always down for love interest swapping bodies, so if I had to pick, yes, I probably would go. I think the most sparks would fly if Max and Jill had to swap bodies for some reason.
Oh God.
But I also think a Freaky Friday with Antonia and Claudia Volcarin would be hilarious, and that'll make more sense once you get to know them a bit better.
I'm already mildly horrified, just what I know about them now.
Oh, it's terrible. All right. Thank you, Emily. Next up, we have a question from Tanner. Hi, Tanner. We know
Hi, Tanner.
Tanner. We love Tanner. They ask everyone.
Also, hi, Rappy. Good to see you.
They ask everyone, what is on your character's perfect ice cream sundae? Anna, you can pick one or more NPCs.
So, I read these questions ahead of time and wrote my answer down because I was certain of it. Wynn would want cookies and cream ice cream for her base, peanut butter drizzled over the top, marshmallow drizzled over that, and then an Oreo plugged right in the top.
Huh.
Sounds great.
Damn, girl. I think Jill's a strawberry girl.
Makes sense.
I can see it.
I think Artie would do the horrible thing and add meat to his ice cream.
Would Artie add fish sauce?
He would. He'd have fish sticks in there.
That's like a seaweed
It'd
ice
be
cream?
like a salt ice cream with yeah.
Oh.
All right. Like the fucking doctor. Fish fingers
Oh
and
my
fucking
God, that's
custard.
horrible.
All
I hate
right.
it. So here's the thing. In Australia, ice cream sundaes aren't really a thing. Like maybe in big cities, but I've never had one before. I had to research them. Put simply, I think Max would have something with salted caramel, and Lachlan would have something involving a golden gay time. If you all don't know what that is, look it up. A golden gay time is fucking amazing.
Are they chocolate? I know there's like a strawberries and cream
I think
variation.
my Google search history would.
I've never heard of a strawberries and cream gay time.
Just whenever I've seen them, they look like the things we have that are...
No, they're more like a...
Oh yeah, the good humor,
Yeah,
like strawberry
those
shortcake
guys.
bars.
Nah, they're more like a...
I love those things.
I don't know what flavor they are.
I mean, we can get into golden gay times later.
Yeah, thank you, Tanner. All right, we have Emily again. Thank you, Emily. She asks everyone, Kestrel Crew potluck. What is everyone bringing, and is it homemade or store-bought? Now, while the three of you think, I'm happy to go over the answers I've got for the crew themselves.
Go for it. I've also got one for Wynn.
Okay, then go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Take it away.
I noted that Wynn is from a Midwestern-esque family, and she's not very good at cooking, but any Midwesterner can throw together something made up of components that they just bought at a store somewhere. So Wynn is either bringing some kind of casserole, if she's supposed to bring a savory dish, probably like funeral potatoes or something like that, or if she's allowed to bring a dessert, she's bringing dirt pudding.
Ooh, love a dirt pudding.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've never had that before. I'll have to check it out.
Jill is classically like not. She is not particularly good at cooking. Like, it's not that she's like bad at it, but she's kind of unskilled. She's tried to learn a bit before, and she spent a lot of time before the Birthinox, like, trying to make a good saffron bun. So I think she would probably pick some recipe, some like baked good, and then just practice it and practice it and practice it, and then bring it in. But she would also have like about, half a dozen batches at least back in the kitchen that she has to slowly go through at home that she's not going to give
Oh my
anybody
God.
else.
Those are for the birds.
Yeah. Or her. Because wasting food is bad.
Artie forgot there was a potluck, and he was supposed to bring something. Somebody told him, "So hey, what are you bringing?" He was like, "Bringing what? What to wear?" So he definitely like ran to whatever food stall he could find and bought like a dozen or so of whatever they were selling.
Rat skewers.
Just grab anything he could find.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So Finn would definitely bring something very big and easy to share, some kind of bulk meal. Probably would also go with a casserole or a stew of some kind, something big and hearty. I think Mr. Hurst would bring a whole bunch of chips and lollies and soft drinks and all the sweet stuff and the junk food. Bonda brings a tub of crappy pasta salad from Woolworths, so the the big grocery store chain. Just a big tub of shitty pasta salad. Lachlan would bring an esky full of meat, and when he comes in, he'd be driving a ute with this enormous fuck-off barbecue in the back. I'm not sure if you all have seen how big Australian barbecues can get, but they're insane. Veli brings a bag of potting mix, because no one else will think to bring for someone with their dietary needs. And Kara brings a slab of tinnies and a bag of ice. Oh, a carton of beer. God, I wrote all this down and just assumed everyone would understand it. My bad. Yeah. A carton of beer cans and a bag of ice. No esky to put the ice in and the beer in as well, though, because she doesn't think this through.
Lachlan has one, it's fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we'll use Lachlan's. Right, thank you, Emily. Oh, hello again, Emily. She has asked us another question. For everyone, she asks, do you have any favourite character moments in the show, whether for your own character or someone else's?
I feel like everybody's 100th episode arc, the Anna run, was incredible.
Yeah.
Everyone had amazing moments in there, and I was honestly tearing up throughout almost everybody's scenes.
You all did so well. I'm so proud of everyone. Thank you for letting me, thank you for being so vulnerable with me, even though it was like, I was just starting out. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really fun to cut loose emotionally for that one. I mean, I'm still fond of the the probably one of the first big kind of things I got to do with Jill was when she had her first crisis of faith in, like, what was that, like episode 8 or something? 11?
It's very early on.
Yeah, very early.
Yeah, it was something where, like, I kind of knew how I wanted it to go, and it came out extremely raw in how I sort of made stuff up as I went along, and I thought it felt really good and authentic.
Yeah.
And I've been very proud of that, and also the just the moment where a couple episodes later, I was really embarrassed about Art of a Hot Orc, and was just like, fine, I guess she's just going to be anxious now. And then that became a fundamental part of my character.
Beautiful.
To be fair, the description was handsome half-orc.
Handsome half-orc, what do you want from me?
What do you want from us? My favorite is actually one of the spin-off episodes where we did a heist with the bad guy crew.
With the mascots?
Yeah, the mascot episode was also fun. But no, the bad guy crew.
Oh, right, and
The
Beyond
Prison Break,
Carta.
Jemjammer.
Yeah,
Right, Jemjammer.
that was
It
fun
was.
on all
I
aspects.
enjoyed making the
I felt-
soundboard for Wilhelm.
Yeah.
Like, I laughed so fucking hard when you pressed the first soundboard button, and I knew exactly what you had done.
Oh, also, the 5 questions episode.
Oh god,
That
yes,
was
that was tearful.
Yeah, so much of that was just completely ad-libbed. Like, we came in there with the questions in advance, and then the way everything coalesced was absolutely perfect. Like, Alexi was amazing. Alexi's always amazing.
Yes. Alexi's always amazing. We love you, Alexi.
Oh,
You're probably not watching this, but we love you.
Alexi's doing great, by the way.
Yes.
But yeah, just like the way everything came together with the characters, everyone acted in a way that was like really sweet and emotional and perfect for the way that their characters were at the time. And it was just like, it was maybe one of my favorite episodes.
It was so beautiful.
Kind of bouncing off that, the Getting High episode, where we had flashbacks, and learned more about Alviva's relationship with her father. And the moment where he said, "I'm her dad," fuck yeah.
Yeah! Fun story, we actually had to do that one twice, because we came in the first time, like,
my internet died.
Yeah, Mac's internet died. It was weird timing for Alexi, and then later it turns out that, like, some of the audio was just straight up lost. Like, it was months later. So we crammed our schedules together because Alexi's had already changed at the time, and re-recorded that and expanded it, and I really love the final product of that.
Yeah, the first effort, even though we had lost it, I admit I wasn't too sad about it because I had to truncate so much, and the version you got is heaps longer. And I really appreciate you all for that. And Alexia, if you're watching this, I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to come back and re-record with us, even though we had moved on in the story a fair way by then. Thank you. Let's see. Me personally, so admittedly, most of the scenes that I really, really like are the scenes where I set up something big for the players and you will just knock them down. So like the scene where Alviva did her the scene in Alviva's cabin. I loved when you all fought the Red General. I loved how that went. There's an upcoming scene with Juliana that I think that all you dear listeners at home will love very, very much. You three know what I'm talking about. But, I think the most pivotal scene for me, the favorite character moment, was an extremely subtle one right at the very beginning, the first time I ever listened to Jemjammer. In the very first episode, Bonda gets taken to the hospital. No. Shut up, Annie. I love you. And Annie, her first time on audio, says something to the effect of, "Hello, welcome to the Temple of Ethel. Oh shit, get the wounded woman in here." And that was the moment I actually fell in love with the game, the way Annie made it feel like Jill had a life off camera. That is a subtle but very special character moment for me. Just saying.
Thank you.
Alright, so as to not embarrass you anymore, thank you, Emily, for the question. Next up, we have a mysterious stranger.
Who could it be?
No idea. They ask...
Who could it be now?
They ask, for the players, what inspirations led to you creating your character's backstory and personalities, if any? And for Anna, a variant on that, since you already came into these NPCs already created, did you have an inspiration in changing them? Players, take it away.
Oh, I can go first since I'm chronologically, and then we can go Mac and then Rio.
Cool.
So Jemjammer itself came about during a weekend in which Kit was visiting me and Mac, and they were staying with me and my husband. And during that weekend, that was also when Thor Ragnarok was out. So we went to go see that, and I had been prepping to go see Thor Ragnarok by reading a lot of the Walt Simonson run of Thor, which is the introduction of Beta Ray Bill. It's the whole Ragnarok storyline, a bunch of other great stuff. That's where Puddle Gulp comes in, the frog who would eventually become Frog Thor, not to be confused with Thor turning into a frog, who then turns into Thor. Don't worry about it. But I had really become enchanted with the character of Beta Ray Bill, and when we started talking about Jemjammer that weekend, I was looking through characters and different character classes and stuff, and my inspiration was like Thor and Beta Ray Bill. And then I came across a Tempest Cleric, and then everything kind of coalesced pretty quickly there. I ended up with, I made myself laugh by saying, okay, Beta Ray Bill, Beta Ray Jill. And then I just was like, Jilliana. Now it's fantasy.
Perfect.
And that's why she has Beta Ray Bill's hammer in all of our official art, but not in the actual game.
Excellent. Mackenzie, you're up next.
Sorry, I was trying to clean my cat because he smells bad. So, we just finished the Jim Jam when Kit and Annie brought up the idea of Jemjammer. And at the same time, a game that me and Annie had been playing with her husband had kind of finished too, where I'd been playing a...
Yeah, we did the first book of Reign of Winter, the Pathfinder adventure path with Baba Yaga, which rules, by
And
the way.
I've been playing a teen bard boy who is based off of Riot from the Jim and the Holograms, named Tumult. So I kind of was like, I kind of want to continue this, but I don't want to be a teen boy. So I thought about that for a bit, and I was like, I'll just make a Cacophony. That's a synonym of both Riot and Tumult, so that works. And she'll be extremely dramatic, she'll be a bard, obviously. And I was like, but I kind of want more depth than that, so I was trying to figure that out, and I was like, if I'm already going for Jim and the Holograms, I might as well just bring Jerica and Jim in on this. So I created a Jerica personality of Wynn. Took the charlatan backstory because that's all about you have like a personality that you can use to disguise yourself, and so Cacophony came into creation from Wynn, and then on top of that, as far as backstory went, Kit really hammered in at first that we needed to have a very limited backstory because we're going to be in space most of the time, so our backstory would never come up. So I had a very light backstory.
Yeah, I just came up with like a dragon cult
Yeah.
thing or something. And I was like, I don't know, maybe we can turn this into like some kind of deity thing.
Yeah.
And then we like came together and came up with like Ethla from those conversations.
Yeah, mine was just literally like, I don't know, there's like a noble who's trying to fuck with her family, so she developed this personality to fuck with the noble. And I was like, Kit's not gonna get into it, so we're done.
Too bad. I'm
Yeah.
here now.
I pretty much based Arturos off of Aquaman.
Yeah, this is the Jason Momoa one.
Annie and I had just seen the movie. I fucking fell in love with it and the Jason Momoa one. And I was like, well, what if I just did this as a character? And then added elements of my own background, and his look was inspired by a fish we saw at the aquarium.
Amazing.
It was a hodgepodge of all sorts of things. But when I was describing him to Kit the first time, she was like, "Is this just Aquaman?" I was like, "God damn it!"
Fantastic. Let's see. So, my first focus was the crew. So when Kit introduced them, they were more or less red shirts. Kit's words, not mine. And, a lot of jokes were made about that. But in my vision of the story, I wanted them to be more like the crew members from games like Mass Effect. Integral parts of the story, emotional bonds for the characters. So my first goal was to kind of flesh them out and give them more personality and make them feel like they mattered more. Regarding non-crew characters, like, for instance, Max, Ariadne, Thesita, it was clear to me that my players wanted them to be a bit more involved as well, so I committed to also fleshing those out. I've also been working on people's backgrounds, like Lady Olivette, stuff from Artie's backstory, Louisa and Tholt, so that's Juliana's parents, and the goal is just really to try and reflect the cause and reflect the cause and effect from everyone's pasts. Kit sent you all out into space, and now I want to bring it back and make it mean something. All right. Is that everyone good with that? Right. Thank you, mysterious stranger, whoever you might be.
Whoever you might be.
Yep.
Our next question
For the
is
record,
from...
everybody, it was me. I was the one who sent that one in.
I was going to let you get away with it. Our next question is from Christoph. Thank you, Christoph. In fact, we got a few questions in from Christoph, and we really appreciate it because you helped give us a lot of questions to work with. Thank you so much. He asks, the players, what food and drink would you and your character probably never turn down?
I don't know what Wen would never turn down. I think she'd probably turn down most things, but if you offer me, as in Mac, this person, tres leches cake, I will never turn it down. I will eat it all. Keep it away from me.
I will never turn down a Shasta black cherry
I had black cherry Shasta.
cola. They're delicious.
Oh my god. I have to try it.
Fucking, I buy them
I had
by the
Shasta
case.
strawberry. I
They're
think
so
that's-
good.
I fucking love a good root beer.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, like, I love sushi in general, but like unagi nigiri, like, give me that shit every time. Holy crap.
Also, Green River. I will not turn it down a Green River.
You hunt down Green Rivers.
I will hunt down Green Rivers. I will message people to get them to send me Green Rivers.
Oh, is your food butter braids then?
My food might also be butter braids. Specifically the caramel rolls. I don't really like anything else.
Oh, I just looked up Green River. Okay.
What is Green River? I also don't know that. I'm like, I'm pink and blue river right now.
Green River is a soda primarily made in Chicago, and normally you can only find it like in that Chicago area. That is basically kind of a very lime-forward lemon lime soda. It is so good. Better than any other lemon lime soda.
All right.
Nice. All right. Thank you for the question. Oh, sorry?
Well,
Does someone
mean,
else-
the Shasta Cola is...
I'm just pushing my wig hair off my face.
I haven't done it for the character yet.
Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. It's because we went around, but we hadn't done characters as well. My bad. Take it away.
I mean, I was gonna say... Annie mentioned sushi, and I'm like, God damn, I do love sushi. But I think Artie and neither of us
God, I love sushi too.
would turn down shrimp.
I love cocktail shrimp too.
Any sort of shrimp, I'll fucking devour it.
I can get one of
Nice.
those Costco cocktail shrimps and just fucking...
Honestly, Jill spends so much time in space just having to eat whatever the fuck fish jerky is, because you could just have salted fish. You can just have, like, preserved fish. That's just a thing. You can have, it can be smoked, it's fine. But we keep saying fish jerky, that I think she really just goes ham on just fresh food, like a fresh salad.
Fuck yeah.
Or just like any kind of grilled fish, anything that is hot is probably amazing for her.
Oh, yes.
I also, was looking up pictures of Green River, and I found about a Green River float, and so now that's the only thing that my mind is going to think about for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Oh, yeah. Is that everyone? Did we get everyone this time?
Did Win
Yeah, sure,
have a
Ben.
favorite food?
When I figure she can turn something down. She's not like so obsessed with any kind of food that she
Should be like, blah.
she'd be like, yeah, that's fine.
She doesn't have a favorite?
I don't know that she does. I think when she was younger, she really liked red velvet, and then someone told her that it was just chocolate colored red, and she hated it.
Like it personally offended her.
Like it personally offended her, and then ever since she's just kind of refused to pick a favorite because picking a favorite means you'll be betrayed eventually because it'll just be red.
That's so broody.
Definitely showing her age there.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Christoph. Time for another Christoph question. If you, as yourselves, got popped into a book world or genre, where do you think you would fare best? And this question's for everybody.
You asking me an isekai? You asking me an isekai question?
Yes, he is.
You know we fuck with isekais right here, right?
Yeah, we fuck with this guy. Give me an isekai any day. I want a fantasy romance isekai where I marry the cold duke of the north.
Oh, hell
Ooh.
yes. And he never shows his feelings until.
Until I arrive.
Till you melt his frozen heart.
Yes.
I eat that shit up.
Specifically, I want the Cold Duke of the North. If I get to choose like a specific book, I want the Cold Duke of the North from just another typical fantasy romance, because he's all scarred up as shit. I don't want one of those pretty boys.
Of course not. You love a rat man.
I love a rat man, and he's not even a rat man. He's just scarred and handsome.
No, this is a tall, stoic, scarred up fucker.
Yeah, he is.
I am also a fantasy. I'm a fantasy and adventure type of. That's the isekai I want to go into.
Honestly, Doug, I'm old. Listen, just put me in like, I could maybe run like a potion shop or something. I don't know.
Ooh, a cozy
I don't
fantasy.
need to
Yeah.
go running around with swords. I'm fine.
There's also,
I'm good.
I would also accept isekaiing into the screw the male
I mean, I
lead.
want
I
a
want to
sword.
date his grandpa. I would go with that one.
Oh no people,
please.
no people.
No, that one. It's like a 50-year-old housewife gets isekai'd into the body of a 19-year-old girl, and she's like, I don't want this fucking kid. What are you talking
Mac, you gotta
about?
send me that one.
I will.
I mean, let me be clear. Give me a sword. I deserve swords.
You do.
But I don't necessarily need to go out and fight a war.
Yeah.
I want swords. I want adventure. I want financial stability that doesn't require me to ruin my body.
Yeah. That'd
That's
be
the
nice.
true fantasy.
That's kind of why I want to
Basically.
isekai and marry the cold duke of the north, because then I don't have to fucking worry about money ever. He will buy me every dress when we enter into a tailoring shop.
Me, I have mixed feelings about this one because I love me a sci-fi adventure, and in spirit I'm there, but the sci-fi world needs to have a scientific cure for everything that's wrong with my brain and body, because my joints are cactus and my brain is a burning garbage skip, and I need to have that cleared up before I do anything else. So my things are purely pragmatic,
Listen, there should be magic to fix all of my bad brain.
honestly. All right. Next question comes from Christoph again. Hello. Were any of you new to tabletop role-playing, when you started this Jemjammery? I'll go first since my answer's easy. 10 years of dungeon mastering.
I didn't have a whole lot of like everyday experience with 5e, but I'd had some. Played a decent amount of Pathfinder 1e. Like a little bit of PBTA at that point, I think. And then like I mean, my first tabletop role-playing game system was Big Eyes Small Mouth. That was the best kid in high school.
I was not new to role-playing. I think that's even announced in, like, the first episode, where it was,
Yeah, you were the one that was, like, the most immediate. I needed a lot more hand-holding to get used to, the 5e stuff.
Yeah, I'd been playing 5e at that point for, I think, like, 2 years every week, twice a week.
But you've also been, like, running, like, DMing for Vampire the Masquerade LARPs for years now.
Yeah, I had done that too.
Oh no, not
I've done
LARPs.
a few times too. I'd also
a few times, but like you did that. You played like a werewolf game. You modded a werewolf play by post.
I ran a werewolf play by post. Probably my longest time one was actually when I ran a Mage the Awakening play by post. For like 4 years, start to finish. Ran a few different werewolves, because werewolf's my favorite. I love you, werewolf. I did participate in a Besem game a few times. Played a lot of Powered by the Apocalypse, played some Call of Cthulhu. I've since mostly focused on Pathfinder 2e, though I did play some Pathfinder 1e. There's probably other stuff out there. Little Fierce.
Not heard of that one.
What else have I tried recently?
But you've tried a lot, basically.
I've tried a lot.
You've played a shit ton.
I've played a lot.
Yeah. Rio, what about you?
Before Jemjammer, I only played one other tabletop game for a couple months, I think. Other than that, I did a lot of forums and messenger group chats when I was younger, and then also role-played in an art-based role-playing group where we would do comics and illustrations and role-play that way. So I have role-playing experience. It's the dice that's a new introduction, and I still can't absorb the rules.
Roll a d20 unless otherwise told to. Easy as that.
God, VTTs, like, the fact that VTTs can simplify so much of the dice rolling and summing is a godsend.
100%. It's so useful. Alright. Thank you, Christoph. Another question from Christoph. I'm sorry, I will have to skip some questions just in the interest of time, but I've picked the good ones. So, Christoph asked the players, if the Shore Party could each pick a pet of choice with no regards to availability, cost, living space, feeding requirements, etc., what would they pick?
Wynn would want some kind of vermin that could wiggle into places, and so I argue she would want a fancy rat.
Ooh, very cute. I love the way they squeeze their teeth at you when they're happy.
Yes.
Brusque. They brusque.
There's a lot to be said about a displacer beast.
You go to pet it, it's just not there.
It's a little kitty cat.
Yeah. Also, Annie, you already have your own pet that you chose.
I molded.
Okay, you molded.
I molded the pet.
You molded. You were molded.
I was very forcefully like, hey, do you want like a minion? I'm like, I want a dog. Give me a dog. Give me a dog. A dog. A dog.
And you got a dog who is sometimes a corgi and sometimes a horse.
A horrible dog.
Horrible dog.
Artie would probably pick something that is a cross between an octopus, a jellyfish, and like a slime monster.
Yeah.
So, like, the shape of the octopus, but the gelatinousness of the jellyfish / slime. So it squish. It do a body pill.
I mean,
Huh.
since the elemental plane of water is infinite, I can see that existing somewhere
Exactly.
out in the multiverse.
Would it be big enough that... I said, would it be big enough that you could lay on it? Because
Yes.
that sounds really satisfying.
It would
to
be
lay
big
on.
enough that he could
Oh.
lay his whole body, and it would give him hugs.
Perfect.
Excellent.
It'd be his living body pillow. Fantastic. Thank you, Christoph. Another question from Christoph. Again, thank you. This is really giving us a lot of questions to answer, so I appreciate it. So this one is for me. Are the major multi-sphere spanning powers all curiously low-leveled across the board, or are the Vidonia a special case due to circumstances? Funny you ask that. It sure does seem odd that as a DM, I'm not placing challenges that match the player's level. How interesting. I suppose you'll just have to wait and see. Thank you.
Find out on Jemjammer.
Yeah, you'll just have to wait and find out. All right. The next question is from Hey Boots. And oops, I forgot a second bracket, excuse me. And they ask everyone.
Holy shit, that whole thing are their pronouns.
Yeah. The no closing bracket means the entire question is their pronouns. They ask everyone. It is a trend among some creators to wear some sort of mask or disguise to conceal their face when doing public appearances. For example, creators like Toby Fox, Yoko Taro, or Paro Itagaki. If you engage in such behavior during an appearance, how would you go about it, and what would it look like? Well, Hey Boots, funny you ask. I honestly, I love Yoko Taro, but I am getting a bit more privacy conscious, so I chose to mask up today, personally, and I also...
I wore a wig just because I wanted to wear my wig.
Hell yeah.
But now it's itchy, so I took it off.
Actually, you guys, so you know those horrible rubber horse head masks? I used to own one, and I saw this question and was going to use it for it. I'd pop off camera and come back wearing it. But Mercury, my cat, pissed on it, so I threw it away, saving you all from this nightmare. So you're welcome. But yeah, what about the rest of you?
I know
It's cool. I think you have the bigger nightmare.
But
I
yeah.
noted when I was writing this that I'm very lazy and nothing would last very long, but if I had to choose something, I would say like a Scream mask because I like Scream. Very simple.
Fair
Very
enough.
straightforward.
I look at it practically. I don't have as much as we have had occasional fans of the podcast, we have never entered a level of notoriety that would require any sort of like anything beyond a millennial era level amount of privacy protection. So I don't see the point. And
Fair enough.
We're all millennials. Almost everybody who listens and watches us are millennials. We're all too awkward to talk to each other.
Yeah,
if we had a larger fan base, like maybe, but like who cares? I'm me, man. I'm not that very popular.
I think the question is going, if we did have a bigger fan base to warrant such a thing, what would you do?
Just look like me, ma'am.
Fair enough. Sorry, Rio, I see you trying to answer.
I mean, I do have a face mask. I do have a regular, like, COVID face mask with a little mustache. It's got a little golden mustache on it. I'll probably use that.
Oh, cute.
I also do love this creator who makes embroidered masks. So they completely cover your face, but you can see right through them, and you can customize them, and I'd probably do something like that if I felt like hiding my face more than just putting it behind a cartoon character that I draw.
One of my many abandoned crochet projects, I was crocheting a Bigfoot mask, and I got like 3/4 of the way done and then stopped. So I could finish that and wear a crocheted
Ooh.
Bigfoot mask.
That'd get itchy, but...
It would, and also be very warm.
You'd have to wear it like a balaclava in winter.
That's basically what it was.
Yeah, amazing. All right. Thank you, Hey Boots. Our next question is from Christoph again. It is for Rio, and he asks, "What are a few things that Grack would consider awesome date ideas?"
Grack would probably...
Hey, baby, I'm gonna take you out to a nice fancy dinner.
Is that Grack's voice? I don't remember. I'd have to listen to it again.
Close enough. It's very nasal.
Grack, grack, grack.
He'd, take you out to a fancy dinner. If he could get away with it, completely bail on the check. And then take you to some sort of gambling den where you would play craps.
Of course.
And at the end of the night, he'd try to talk you into some sweet, sweet bird loving. Probably in a seedy hotel.
I hope he doesn't send pictures of his cloaca.
There's no pictures in space.
I think Win, or Cacophony in this case, Cacophony, would beg to differ. But she has holograms, actually, so...
I have holograms.
All right. Thank you, Christoph. Next question from Christoph, again, is for me. If a random animal, like a deer, passed all the checks needed to drink from the Well of Infinity, would it be awakened in any meaningful way, or would it be like it had a weird psychedelic mushroom trip? Thank you, Christoph. That is a fantastic question. I thought about it for a long time, and the thing is, we established that the Well of Infinity doesn't actually expand a creature's capacity for knowledge and understanding. That's why the player characters can't remember anything from it. So it doesn't have the effect of, the Awaken spell. I think the deer, in the end, would mercifully be unintelligent enough that it just would have a wicked bad headache and go about its day not really understanding. And thank goodness for that, because it would be fucked trying to live the rest of its deary life going, oh shit, this whole world has opened up to me. Like the ant on the keyboard metaphor. Thank you very much for that question. Our next question comes from Eliza Azalea, and she asks me, if Alviva was still in the party, would there be anything specific for her on Vodon? Thank you, Eliza Azalea. So, probably not. Admittedly, right now, Vodon is kind of a Juliana Spotlight arc. Afterwards, it's my intention to try and run Spotlight arcs for Arturos and Win, to kind of round out their backstories, as I mentioned before we move, and basically just getting that in before the plot ends. If Alexi was still with us, I would try to create an arc for Alviva as well, but as she is not, she is having her character arc off-screen, all implied. Thank you very much for the question. Our next question is also from Eliza Azalea. Thank you. And she asks the three players, how would your characters be different if all of their class combos, but not their backgrounds, were shifted? For example, an Acolyte Juliana who is still a rogue or a bard, a noble Artie who is still a noble but was a cleric now, Win and Cacophony who is still a charlatan but a fighter, something like that. Would their personalities change at all, or would they just act as they have, but with different tools and skills? Thanks for the question.
Funny story. You might learn about this in the future.
Mayhaps.
Yeah, after thinking about it some, it's like, I think Juliana is built so much around the idea of being a cleric, of being able to run into situations, get hit a lot, and then also deal a lot of magic and healing, magic damage and healing magic. So, like, not having access to those tools or funneling them through fundamentally different methods, like, unless she was a paladin, I think that would radically shift her personality, because it would so much alter the way that she interacts with her faith and with the world around her. Having a different toolbox would very much inform an entirely different kind of person that she would be.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah, agreed. Win would definitely be way less confident, probably more moody.
Yeah, like, if Artie was on a different, class, then that would shift his background. for your example, having a cleric Artie would mean that he would have been taken from his home and gone through the priesthood, and that would have changed his upbringing entirely. And so, yeah.
Okay, so you can't envision a version of Artie that doesn't have a different background because of a different class?
Like, he could have still been a noble background, but because of his... Because if the class was different, that means his upbringing would have been different. That's how I envision it.
Cool. Thank you, Eliza Azalea. Our next question comes from January. Hey, my birthday month. Thank you, January. She asks the players, a bit of a role-player deep cut. What surprised you about where you started with your character versus where they've gotten to at this point in the game? What has gone more or less according to your idea of your character's journey?
Well, I guess for me, I already kind of mentioned earlier, I did not plan on Juliana being so anxious about really everything, and especially about love interest. That was all something that was very much off the cuff and in the moment, and then just became like a core part of her personality. Jill, I think, was someone that I also envisioned much earlier in her earliest conception as somebody who was far more like ready to go, and just rough and tumble. But the thing is that I so naturally play off of Mackenzie, that when Mackenzie came in with Cacophony fully formed as this big, like, oh, hello, it's me, Cacophony, darlings. Instantly, like, I hone in on that as like, oh, that's I need to be the straight man to that. I need to bounce off of that and be just like completely unamused, clearly. So that very much informed Jill for me. But like over the course of the campaign, I think something that's been the most interesting to me is that Jill kind of started out as being much more of the responsible team mom, and while she's still responsible, I think she's a lot messier now over the course of the campaign, and like I know that as wins develop, she's become much more of the team mom instead.
Yeah, as you noted, I play off you a lot, so it's just like I feel like as Jill became messier, Win stepped up to become more team mom.
Yeah.
I will say, mostly everything kind of has gone mostly how I expected. I will say I actually expected to kind of draw out the Cacophony thing longer, and only have the reveal of Win at a later time. But I often offer as advice that if you don't show something on screen, nobody's going to know it exists.
That is the best fucking roleplay advice. Mackenzie has the best fucking roleplay advice in general. That is one of the like top tier gems there, honestly, folks. Take that one to heart.
100%. If it doesn't happen on screen, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, like other players can't bounce off your meaty, sad backstory if you don't fucking show it to them. And so I was like, I think I just need to reveal the Win. I just need to throw out the Win card. And so I did, really earlier than I expected.
Yeah, that piece of advice have informed so much about, like, Juliana actually having to talk to other people about her anxieties. Otherwise, the instinct would be like, the real character, a real person would just clam up. But she has to actually say things out loud. Otherwise, like, role-playing games have to be a lot less subtle than a novel.
Yeah. Especially if you're trying to present it to, like, a world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really influenced how I changed a lot of the crew personalities as well, the NPCs, because I wanted them to... They need to say what they feel so that we can move along with the story.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Rio, what about you?
I started Artie as just a himbo fish boy. And you all are making me actually...
We are.
We're forcing.
Develop his character. I'm like, I just want to play. I want to play a dumb boy. But I also appreciate, like, getting into a more depth of character. So yeah, just right now, as the story progresses, I am forced to really dig deep into what Arturos is.
Very good. Thank you, January. All right, our next question comes from Ascani. They ask everyone, what's your favorite running bit or joke? And why is it your favorite? Thanks. Love you guys. Thanks, Ascani.
Hot yoga.
Right.
Oh my God.
Easheim, the planet that has invented hot yoga, but not the printing press.
Yep. Also, Space Paladin Christ always makes me laugh every single time.
I love and miss Nap Squad.
Oh, me too.
R.I.P. Nap Squad.
Rip indeed. And I gotta say, I'm partial to Cleric Not a Nun. As long as it's not overdone, that one can have some very good moments. Also the horrible dog, just being
They're
horrible.
completely different vows.
They're completely different vowels. Alright, thank you, Ascani. The next question comes from Matt, and they ask everyone, are there any NPCs you've passed through the life of that you'd like to revisit? For example, the Artificer from Back Home, the Failed Assassins, etc. Also, Lawnmower, I love you. You deserve more silicates to grind and a bigger ship to trundle all over. Well, first up, Lawnmower says thank you, and they crunch shells in your general direction.
We agree.
But yeah, take it away, players.
We all agree. Lawnmower deserves the best. I am an NPC nerd. I love any NPC showing up again ever. So bring any of them back and I will be pleased.
I'm gonna bring some back, don't you worry.
Yeah, I think it's fun to check in with Ariadne. It's been really nice to bring up the Zeta more often.
My girl.
Because I think she's really interesting. Yeah. Everyone on Biancardi can die in a fire.
Agreed.
And most of them did.
Yeah, good.
Most of them did, in fact, die in a fire.
I do not like Biancarta. I'd never want to talk to anybody on Biancarta again. I'd be happy to never think about Biancarta existing again.
I thought Lachlan's cousin was really cute, Shasta.
Oh, yeah, she was really
I do
cute.
want to check in with her again.
I loved creating Shasta. She was so much fun.
Honestly, in this current arc we're doing, I'm really partial to Sybil.
I love Sybil and I love Antonia.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
But as far as like characters that have passed and have come through, I kind of want to see how the spicy tube is doing.
Oh my god! Hasn't been rebuilt.
I will say, for
Did
the
it take
record,
down
just
half
so
the
that
shanty town?
I do have to say, for the record, just so it's out there in the world, Sybil was not intended to almost perfectly mimic Camilla Hecht from the Locked Tomb series. That was completely by accident. Just saying.
No one's upset though.
Hmm.
No one's upset.
Rio, what about you?
I don't have the same, like, memory capacity as everybody. I just have fun. If we bring back people, NPCs, that's cool. If we don't, that's cool too.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. Thank you for your question, Matt. Our next question comes from Petra, and she asks everyone, "Hello, Jemjammer crew." Hi, Petra. I've been curious for a while now. Does the existence of modern products and amenities in your universe, hot yoga, etc., ever stress any of y'all's immersion in the narrative? Thanks for making such a fantastic show. Thank you for listening, Petra.
Yeah.
Easheim is a very fun little pocket of incongruity that I feel like is fully ours to make to do with as we please, so it's kind of a big joke.
I'm a big MST3K person, so I'm a big you have to remember that it's just a show, you really should relax. And I take that through every game I'm in.
Yeah. Yeah, like I mean, like my weekly game, like hi Josh and Ben and Chris and Jordan, like we use sending stones as fucking texts, like cell phones to text message each other. Like We jump in and out of canon all the time. It's not something, I feel like it's something where I kind of want to play fast and loose because it's also, a podcast for entertainment. So the jokes are, this is a little incongruous, isn't it, with the modern convenience that we know.
Yeah, no, it's at the end of the day, it's a game. And it's fun for us. And we hope it's fun for you. But also, we're not going to pay too much attention to the hot yoga.
So, this question's interesting because actually, this was a struggle for me at first because I'm used to running non-podcast games that have a bit more of a have a strong focus on internal consistency. So having the home-based planet be something with lots of modern amenities threw me off at first. But I am also known to get caught up in the details and fail to see the forest for the trees. So, with the help of my lovely 3 players here, I've been learning, and that was one of the challenges of taking on changing over to DM.
I think at the end of the day, it's most important that the show retains an internal consistency, emotionally speaking.
Yes, that's the thing. It's an emotional internal consistency.
And a lot of the rest of these things are set dressing.
And of note, in my Tuesday game, currently on hiatus, I named the planet Jeremy Kyle, and anytime they look through a telescope and see another planet, I just give it a random human name. So all my players are constantly joking that this is part of the Patreon subscription service.
Oh yeah. Name a planet after the Patreon that you definitely have for this private game.
For my private 4-player game.
Listen, we're just a bunch of rodeo clowns, and
we're all just
we're just throwing stuff out.
We're just a bunch of clowns dancing in a nightclub,
occasionally making each other cry.
What good clown show doesn't have crying?
How many years is it now? 6 years? 5, 6 years?
2018. So this is going on to our 7th year.
A billion.
You think it's only been 5
years.
or 6?
A billion years.
Wait, fucking, how many? 7, 8?
7 years. 2018.
Holy shit. This is a 7-year clown orgy that we've just been on.
Oh, don't call it a clown orgy. I coined that phrase for Star Trek, and I'm putting the kibosh on that one. Don't call this show a clown
It's my
orgy.
favorite fucking phrase.
I've never heard it before.
Yuffie, bad Star Trek episodes.
It was a Star Trek I will fight you. Yeah.
Amazing. All right, thank you for the question, Petra. Our next question comes from also Petra. She asks me, Anna, you've been a stellar DM so far. Thank you very much, Petra. What would you say have been some of the major challenges in picking up as GM for a campaign already in progress? Well, first, thank you so much. I really appreciate the kind words. You've just heard one of them, which was getting used to Easheim and the tone of the planet. On a more mechanical level, I do like sorting things. So my first challenge was thinking, okay, what is my vision as a GM? What is my vision for this story as someone who has now had this responsibility placed on me to carry it on? In what ways is my vision like Kit's, and in what ways is it different? My next challenge was, okay, now what do my players want? What do players want to change? And what would players like to keep? And I spent a long time talking with the players, figuring out what to change, what to keep. And then, of course, the challenge, how do I reconcile that all into something that's good to listen to on air? Because you can have a great story, but if it's no good for air, then it's not good for Jemjammer. So, of course, I went through Kit's campaign notes, tried to plot out what the intended direction was, and then kind of picked a point to unplug the story from Kit's direction and plug it into my own. And given that no one picked the point where Kit's story stopped and mine began, I think I didn't do too badly.
Yeah, you did good.
So, I am grateful, so grateful to all of you for welcoming me, listeners and players alike. Thank you so much for trusting me with this responsibility. Much love. All right, thank you, Petra. Our next question comes from Brendan, and he asks the players, when you initially signed on for this campaign, what characters' ideas did you have before you settled on Jill, Wynne, and Grack and Artie?
I was always set on Jill from the get-go, based on the conversation from earlier about character inspirations.
Yeah, I was kind of set on Win from the get-go. I didn't really have any others coming to mind.
Yeah, I pretty much, whenever I roleplay a character, I just figure them out and then go from there. I don't think too much about the background. With Grak, I just wanted to be a terrible villain.
He's such a little shit.
So yeah.
Amazing. All right. Thank you, Brendan. Next question comes from Matt. He asks everyone, is there a character archetype that you all feel would be a good mix-up to the group that you don't already have? Like an actual scoundrel instead of a Robin Hood type, or a nasty little guy in the gender-neutral sense?
That's a little hard because of the conceit of the narrative is that the character does have to be heroic, so we can't really mix up like a lawful evil guy or something.
It's true. Variety is not necessarily our friend.
Like at this point, 7 years in, too, it's a little hard to imagine jamming someone else in. So, off the top of my head, no.
Honestly, though, I feel like the energy that fits well into this group, though, is like the kind of forest goblin energy that Alexi brought to Alviva when she took over the character.
Exactly. She was such a wonderful part of the party, a gremlin with a heart of gold. I wish I could have spent more time with her.
Pretty sure if an actual scoundrel showed up, Artie and Jill would beat them up, and Wynn would give them a talking to.
Now, if you're talking about a Han Solo scoundrel...
In that case, mwah.
We already got one of those.
We got one.
He's a wolf boy.
I mean, it genuinely depends on if we could fit another person into the roleplay space. As far as a character archetype, I don't know. I'm already a nasty little guy.
Rio is our nasty little guy.
Thinking about it, I would like to see basically whatever character Jake Mason would want to bring to the table.
Jake!
You know, yes, I agree. That would be really fucking cool. All right, thank you for the question, Matt. Our next question comes from Raina, and she asks everyone, what's the most expensive aspect of D&D? Well, that one's easy to answer, Raina.
You're always going to want to buy more dice.
You're
always going to want to buy more dice. You're going to see,
DM.
well, this dice is nice, but that other dice is pretty, and I could have that, and I'm never going to roll it because I use a VTT.
As a fucking DM.
Yeah.
The maps and the modules.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't mean I don't mean the modules as in the campaign settings, whatever. I mean the modules as in I recently bought one so I could put puzzles in my game and make my players solve them in-game.
Yeah, plugins to go into our virtual tabletop programs.
I spent $20 fucking dollars.
The Patreons for map makers and token makers.
Oh, yeah.
And dear listener, for those listening at home and not watching the video, Rio is just holding up die after die after die to the camera.
This is my tiny little dice set. It cost me $60.
Holy shit. Yeah, I've got to show you my favorite dice. This is hard to see, but you can't really see, but it's transparent and has like stars in it. Yeah, and the camera just doesn't want to get it up close. I'm sorry. But, Raina, the thing is, the great thing about D&D is that it's only as expensive as you want it to be. You can play it entirely for free using online resources, the public domain, the public license parts of it, virtual dice rollers, and your imagination. Or you can spend thousands of dollars on artisanal dice, special edition sourcebooks, hand-painted minis, custom programs. It's a beautiful hobby like that because it's available to everyone at every price range. Whether you want to spend no money or yes money, you can make it work.
Also, if they introduce new rules, nobody is going door to door forcing you to give up your old book and burn it in a pile. You can just keep playing on whatever rules you want. It's actually fine.
Yes, it's true. Even 2014 D&D is compatible with 2024 D&D. It's not like games where, okay, this is the new meta. We are throwing away all the other old rules, and you've got to go with these new ones.
But that's the thing. Nobody's actually throwing away anything. Nobody's making you throw any of your books away. You can just play whatever the fuck you want. That's the thing about D&D. The game of D&D that you're playing, or really substitute any TTRPG here, is really just the one that you and your players want to play and the rules that you and your players want to follow, and fuck everything else.
Exactly.
True.
The best way I've ever heard it put is that the rule books will never say thank you. The players will. And I think that's a good mindset to go into it. You make it what you want it to be.
It's a game of choices.
Exactly. Thank you, Raina. Our next and our final question comes from Satoshi. And he asks the players, what has been different with Anna DMing? What has she brought to the table?
I would say we've done a lot more experimenting, trying out different house rules, trying out different additions, subtractions. It's a lot more trying out stuff and seeing what fits or doesn't. And that means that sometimes there are things that we introduce and then go back on because either they didn't click or we didn't like it or we just plain forgot. But I'd say that's been one of the biggest things.
Yeah.
I do like to experiment.
I think it's gotten way more, like, emotionally investing since Anna stepped in. I connect way more with, like, the plot and the NPCs, and it feels way more crushing when everybody's hurt now.
I was also going to say that it's a much more emotional direction that we were going in.
Yes.
I really appreciate the heavier role play aspect.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, not to say that having a fight every episode isn't good for some people. I just can only do a hit.
It's not something that's the focus that has ended up playing to our strengths. Yeah. And also part of the reason that we were doing so much combat was that Kit had us on experience points systems to level up, as opposed to what the more popular thing is for people that don't do constant combat games is milestone leveling.
Yes.
So it is not required on us succeeding on a check or engaging with a bunch of vines that decide to randomly attack us based on a table roll.
Well, thank you all very much for the kind words. You can't see it, but I'm blushing. Thank you.
Ooh woo.
Ooh woo.
Yeah, I also really like, one thing that Anna's focused on is really bringing more of the, like she was talking about earlier, bringing more of the ship crew to the fore and giving them a bit more, making them a bit more willing to engage with the party, because we were kind of doubling up earlier on them all kind of being standoffish or not really taking to our shenanigans very well, sort of all of them being the straight man character. And getting to know the party more has not only raised the stakes of, oh no, what if something happens to the ship, but it also gives us a lot more of a familial unit, which is a lot more fun to go through the game with.
I love the Mass Effect series. Yes. It's one of my top games for a reason. And so bringing that in, mwah.
Yeah, now Kara's still a bitch, but now she's our bitch.
I'm still so happy I gave her Disintegrate, because I was like, I don't think she'll need this, but...
Oh, and then she disintegrates the Red General. That ruled!
Thank you all so much. I know the question was for me, but I really appreciate the three of you for welcoming me and working with me, because yes, it's been experimental and trying out all these new things to make this game into something we can all enjoy and be proud of is very important to me, and we can only do that as a team. I am not the DM making a game for you. If I wanted to tell a story on my own, I'd go write a novel. This is something we all do as a group. And if I was there in the room with you all, I'd give you all a big hug because I love you. Thank you so much. All right, enough about me. Thank you, Satoshi, for the question. And that wraps us up for today. Thank you to everybody who sent in questions. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you for joining us for 150 episodes of Jemjammer. 7 years of Jemjammer.
Good God.
At time of recording, episode 149 was just released, so this should come out probably right around episode 150.
God, let me just double check. 2018, 19. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
today's the 8th
Yep,
of July.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
I'm old.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Situation
it.
normal.
How are you? All right.
Yeah, thank you so much for those of you who have listened to us since the beginning, those of you who have joined it along the way, those of you who are coming in just right now. Our fan base is not particularly large, nor is it particularly vocal, but any of you who ever say anything back that makes it feel less like throwing these episodes into a bottle and sending them out into the void, those of you who write back, who send bottles, who just say anything, are precious treasures, and it is wildly appreciated. Anytime we get
100%.
something nice about the show, I like to put it into the group chat so everybody can see, like I'm putting something up on the fridge. It is a wonderful feeling to know that this show connects with people, and that when they need something like this, it is there for them.
We appreciate all of our listeners and hope you all have as fun of a time as we do.
Thank you. All right. And does anyone else have any more parting words for our dear listeners?
Bye.
Butts.
Shut.
Mwah! Good night, everybody.
Everybody.
Mwah. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you all so very much for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's go ahead and count off. 1,
2.
3,
4,
5.
7.
8.
What's great is that Mac's audio cut out, but I could see that you said...
Yeah, it cut out on your number again.
I also saw.
Yeah.
It's cutting out whenever I say 6 for some reason.
It hates 6.
It really hates the number 6.
I'm a fan of 6.
I am the Dungeon Master for Jemjammer and your MC for today. Let's see. Who wants to go next?
I don't know. Just call on people.
Rio, you go next.
Terrible.
Mel has decided to purr straight into the mic. I'll try not to let it overrule your voice. But yes, what Annie said, thank you all so much. As Mel rubs her face on mine.